Hi there. We're almost completing the first quarter of the cycle they call a business cycle of the year. And I don't want you to miss out on all of those New Year's resolution and those goals that you made and you have not accomplished the things that you wanted to accomplish even in January. So I know a lot of you want to be entrepreneurs, are entrepreneurs, or striving to get there. You're thinking about it, you're on the fence about it, but we're going to have a conversation today. Happy Monday to you, by the way. We're going to talk about all this week. This is going to be maybe a 7-part series here. We're going to talk about how to make money with your business, how to create those business systems, those money machines, those things that's going to help you in business. Because I know you're in business to solve a problem, but you definitely want to be making money. That's the only way you're going to continue to sustain this business and continue to help and continue to serve and continue to grow your business if you don't are not making the money and you're not understanding how to make the money. So we're going to have this conversation and we're going to go ahead and get started now. And for those that need to know a little bit more about who I am, somewhere on my website, somewhere here, you can hear all about me. You can go to my YouTube channel, social media channels. It'll give you a little bit more background of who I am, but don't want to waste your time. I want to go ahead and get right into what we want to talk about and what I need to share with you guys. So if any of you, when you come on here live, you can ask questions, but those that are listening to the replay, you can comment or DM me if any questions, or either make an appointment with me. If the question extends me just generally answering it for you, I'll tell you to schedule a meeting with me, schedule a consultation. And that's how a lot of people may not want to say it in front of anybody. Reach out there. A lot of them will reach out to me on the DM. So, hey, that's open to reach out to me as well. Now, from the beginning of your business conception of your idea. From the beginning, you definitely want to be sure that you got your business, your foundation set up. And with that being said, I got plenty material to help you to know what you need to do for that foundational stuff that you need in order to be before you even get into the business realm, or before you even get into the side of being recognized as a business owner or an entrepreneur, when it comes down to getting even business credit and things like that. But some things that you may not know, or you may know and you may not just take seriously, we're going to talk about those things. And they're little, they sound like they're small to you, maybe minute to you, but they are so important in making money in a business. Okay. And if you do have some of these already set up, I encourage you to make sure that you have them together and you have them set up in a way that you know that you're going to be able to monetize on them. Okay. Because that's all what we're going to talk about this week. All righty. First of all, I want you to set some goals. Set some goals of what you want to achieve or how much money you want to make, what you want to do. We're going to get in how we do that. We're going to get into that in a few minutes. And let me tell you, there are three ways that you're going to make money in your business. You're going to grow business. Three ways. You're going to increase the people. First of all, you're going to increase the people that you are already purchasing from you. You're going to increase the volume of your reach. You're going to and we're going to talk about what are some of those things that you need to do in order to increase. Because we tell you what to do, but we don't tell you how to do it, right? But we're gonna talk about some of those things. And the second thing you need to do is in order to grow a business is you need to lower the cost, or you need to give those people that are already doing business with you, you need to give them a discount, maybe give them an incentive of some sort. However, just give them a perk for even being a part of your family or business. Businesses do this all the time. You see it all the time. People would give you sales, give you discount, bring you in on promotional items. This is what I'm talking about. Promoting, coming up with different, adding other products and letting people know that, hey, this is the package that I have for you. And you can get it at this price because you are already in my ecosystem. And number three, you're going to raise the value, meaning you're going to add to whatever you already offer that person. You're going to kind of like give them an continuation of your product or services, or up like a, it's almost as if like an exclusive VIP approach to whatever you're already giving them. So you kind of like start here, go there, and then go there, right? So either start here at the smaller level, go a little mid-sized level, and then boom, you give them that big ecosystem that they're in your world now and they're in your world to stay. Okay, and then whoever else you're connected with, then they can still be in your world, but they can always be, connected to other people that's in your ecosystem. So that's pretty much how it is, how it goes. Now, along the way, there's ways to get people there before they get there. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit too. And excuse me, and this is how it all happens for you. So now the next thing is when you are determining, remember I just said setting some goals. This is how you're going to set some goals for people to come through your ecosystem, for people to come and do business with you, and for people to come and want to stay with you so your business can grow. You don't always want to just get people coming in your door as a new client or as a new customer. Most of my clients, pretty much, yeah, I wouldn't say all, but excuse me, because it's not going to be 100% all the time. Most of my clients that work with me, they come in as just the basic. They come in wanting to do just maybe a business plan. They come in just wanting to help me get them set up and situated. Then they realize that, hey, okay, I need a little bit more from you. And as we're talking, then I go and I let them know, okay, you got this set up. So we want to make sure that we get your system set up. And if I learn when I learn the specifics of their business, I talk to them and I tell them, okay, look, you're here now. You need this. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, you need this. And so that's the next level. Then, okay, boom, bam, you need the bigger thing. You need help with all of this, making these systems work, continuing to make them work, continuing to reach out, recomposing letters, and we're connecting with the B2B kind of projects. Some of my clients don't even know, they didn't even realize, hey, I didn't even realize with this kind of business I can get a contract, or I can, connect with the federal government with contracting. So we go to that next level, and then people that I'm connected with that know a little bit more about this area than I do, we always connect, and then we help the people as a whole, or we help my client as a whole get to where they want to be. Right. So this is what I mean when I'm telling you this. So that's the way you keep people and you grow your business. You keep them in your ecosystem. You keep them your potential customer, and you pretty much help them and connect and collaborate with others that can fill their other needs in your business. Okay. So that is what you do there. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is how to make money in your business. And after you setting up the foundation, there's a checklist of all of you that I really, really, I know you're probably gonna just say, no, you can make you some of the things you may disagree with me on this, but I don't, not in the world of being out here through social media. Now, there are other guerrilla ways we're going to talk about for as, marketing, and for as getting your business growing and make money in your business. But this is no differently than major outlets do. This is no different. Now, if you realize and notice now, the big companies are definitely have a social media presence, and all and been having some of these other things for years. You just didn't know how they work, probably. Okay, now one of the things with this foundational list is, we need to make sure that we set up, you have all of your domain, you have that basic things, domain and your website hosting and things like that for your website, or for however they're going to connect with your business. And preferably most businesses will need a basic website. You ain't got to get all fancy and probably have all of the effects of something that you're looking like you're out of space with your business. We're not talking about that, but having those basic things set up, and then having and creating, once you create your domain name, you're going to be able to have options to get your you're going to have options to get your get your your email address. I'm thinking about something else. Getting ahead of myself. You're gonna be able to have your email address in this, and it's preferably you need a business email address. Although you can have a Gmail address, because really for your business, but when you're doing official business, you want to make sure that you send it to the business address. And the business address, you can have an info, at whatever your business name is, or you can have support at whatever your business name is. And then you can have, you can put a few more others. You can put administrative at whatever, and have even some, if you have employees, have your employees' name, have them a specific email address as well. So you can always graduate, but starting out, I'm just basically saying you can just have maybe an info or a support at whatever your business name is, and having all of those professional businesses, information coming there. And then also what is very important too, as you're building business credit, that's a good way to one of the ones on the checklist for is business credit is to stand out, and you will look professional when you are applying for business credit, because you do know business credit has some checkpoints and some things. I don't know if you out here been listening to everybody just telling you how to shortcut and have established business credit. This here is one of the main things too that is required. So, and you looking to get an approval on a business line of credit or whatever the case may be, this is very important to have a professional email address. So let me go ahead and finish. And then one of the next things is you want to be able to have somewhere that they can pay you, your potential customers or clients can pay you, whether you're going to invoice them. These are all ways that you need to come up with, whether you're going to invoice them, whether you're going to have them, have a store set up, or whatever your products or services are. You're going to have a shopping cart, and then you need to have a payment processing system. All of those things and need to sync with your, with your, wherever you're housing your products. So all of that information has to sync. And then also, as I mentioned to a few minutes ago about email, you definitely want to be able to have an email system that you can communicate with your customers and clients. I'm sure you've heard this before. And if any of you haven't heard this before, then don't seem like don't let it be Greek to you. Just reach out to me, and we can make it happen in your business too as well. And then as you're setting up your social media platforms, whatever ones you decide, but my recommendation, the main ones that I think you need, no matter what kind of business you have, at least set up and secure the business, your domain name or your username for your platform, so where nobody else can get them, nobody else can take them. And even if you don't use them right then, I would secure them, so that way everything could be uniform as much as you can get it, that way. I would recommend you having Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube as well. And what is that? Yeah, those are all. Yeah, I would recommend you having those. Yeah, I did mention LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I would recommend you having those. And by the way, once you set up your Gmail account for, you can get a Gmail. I mean, you can get a Yahoo and all that kind of stuff, but no, get a Gmail and an email address for Gmail, just so where you can kind of use that. You may want to receive, kind of like newsletters or some information, or you opting in from somebody else's information or whatever. You really don't want to flood your business email, then you can have a Gmail account for your business as well. And then it already give you an option to have a little bit of drive space. It also give you options to set up your YouTube channel and go ahead and get that, squared away and optimizing. You can always set up your G Suite with your Gmail account. All of that, instead of using, like, if you get your domain with GoDaddy, you don't have to use the GoDaddy for as your business email. You can get that through G Suite, and G Suite is through Google. Okay, the Gmail. Okay, so that's another option for you too. But I also have a business tool checklist. All of that is on there. So I'm not trying to. If you want to, go to pushtodream.com and you can get that information. It's free to you. I have one that's just giving you the checklist, and I explain it a little bit more. But let me go ahead. And then also, you do know in the future you're going to be running ads, right? So what you really want to do is possibly get familiar with how to run ads, getting familiar with this. And then one of the ways, and one of the most important ways, especially with Facebook, set up your Facebook pixel. That is going to benefit you in the long run, because when people start coming and looking in your page, snooping and duping and looking and, monitoring and all those things about you and what you have going on, little do they know you can market to them later. I don't know whether any of you have ever seen this before. You get on social media and you either you may get on your Google. You may get a Google account or whatever. You may you may do that. You may get on your you may get on the web. Anyway, you may get on the web, and there you everywhere you go, you see this same particular ad. Well, that pixel has been following you, because especially if you clicked on the ad in one location, and it's just reminding you, hey, you need to look at us. You need to look into what we have to offer. So that's what that is doing that's what that is doing for you. So you can do the same thing when you establish your business and get all of this stuff out. Okay. Now, one of the next thing is you want to be able to set up in creative ways. If you're going to eventually, let's talk about how we're going to set up. So since we're in this vein right now, we're going to talk about how we're going to set up with like Google and other ways of setting up for ads and things like that. You're going to get you in a Google Analytic account. We talk about all this, so don't ask me the details of this now, because I talk about this in some of my training. So, and then when I'm working with clients one-on-one, and then you also want to get you a Google Tag Manager set up as well. And then also you want to be able to get like tags and Google tags, so where that way you can, especially if you're doing local advertising, that is so important as well. Now, and then I've already told you what to set up for, as what platforms to set up to. And then also there's a few that I want you to set up that is going to, you need to be monitoring them. You need to be monitoring what's going on in the marketplace, so where you can know what's going on, and then how you can you can determine on what kind of content you're going to put out there. You can know what's going on in your industry or the prospective industry that you're interested in. You may want to subscribe to Reddit or Quora. Those are news feed, and then other news outlet medias and things like that. You want to be able to know what's going on, so you can better prepare your your content, and you're educating the people that is you're serving or you want to serve, and seeing what's going on, and then maybe knowing and learning more about your potential clients, so where you can speak their language and see what's going on and see how you can help them. So that is definitely something. Those are some things that you definitely don't want to miss out on, and you don't want to sleep on. Okay. Now, the next thing I think is going to be so important to you. Let's just talk about this a little bit, and then we'll hit this. We'll continue this probably another day, because we'll just go ahead and get started with it now. Okay. As I told you, to set up like a Gmail account. So this is where, when you're doing market research, when you're learning what you are going to give and who's going to be that target market and audience, and how are you going to narrow it down to where you can target them with specific information, because you've done your intelligence. What I want you to know is you can subscribe to your people, your competitors, could subscribe to what they have and what they have going on. I'm not saying you copying them, but you then wherever your future customers are, they're already around someone that's already doing the same thing that you're doing, right? So you can read and see, like if you go to YouTube, you can find out what are they talking about, look and see what are they complaining about, and then you can tailor a product. If you got enough people around, you got to get a pencil and some paper out, and you get to writing and seeing what's going on, so you can have all of this information for your, for your benefit. And then when you get out here sending out ads and working on connecting with people, you pretty much know what's going on, and then learning as much as you can about them. Seriously, sometimes one rabbit hole will take you down another rabbit hole, but you will get something out of it because you'll learn more about the people that you want to serve and the people that are your potential clients. Okay, what they like and what they dislike, what they're talking about, what they're not talking about, and maybe sometime from that, maybe an idea or something, you can come up with an idea just from what you're listening to, or what you're seeing, or what you're reading about what they're complaining about, or what they like. So try to give them more of it if you can. Okay, maybe put a little twist on it. All righty, because people will definitely tell you what they need. You just got to reach out there and search and find out. So, and the next thing is, when this marketing piece, discovering your market, you want to discover your market through maybe surveying, maybe finding out, excuse me, finding out what they specifically like by directly asking them. And then a lot of times you can kind of do that cold call, or coldly marketing, or maybe not somebody that's, you can always do it too through your warm traffic. You remember I mentioned to you that when you send up your Facebook pixel, then you can always maybe run an ad to some of the people that are warm to you, that have already been on your, on your platform, on your site, looking in things of what you have. And so when you target your audience, when you target that market of the people that have already been introduced to you, I mean, this may sound foreign to you, or maybe some of you know what I'm talking about. When you are running ads, they ask you questions. You have to set your parameters. And it's if people that have already visited your website, or visit your page, or visit wherever you're marketing from, whatever platform you're marketing from. And then when you have that information intact, then they will show that, or so if you create a survey, they'll show that to the people that you told that these are the parameters that I want you to go by when running my ad, or whatever the case may be. Okay. So and then also monitoring like keywords, knowing what's going on. And remember, I did a demonstration to you guys over and over and over and over and over again with this thing called Google Trends. I love Google Trends. They give you a lot of information. You can go to Google Trends, find out a lot of information, find out what city, states, who's talking about what, how much they're talking. And this is all backed on Google's information, because people do what all the time. If they want to know something, for the most part, they Google it, right? Okay, Google owns YouTube. Google owns, they have Google tag words, like I just mentioned. Google owns a lot of things, that tag manager. They own a lot of they own a lot of things. And then they used to have this thing called Bard. It's kind of like Chat GPT, but it's genuine. I think it's genuine. Yeah, they've changed the name to Genuine. Genuine. They've changed the name to that, and they still pull information from that too. But that's another conversation for another day on how to work that. So anyway, I don't want to get off track with you, but also I'm gonna go ahead and give you a few more, and then we'll talk. We'll finish this the next day. Finish this tomorrow, but also, when you are setting up Google Trends, you need to also, it would be good to maybe just have you another Gmail email just for things like this, like Google Alerts. I have one set up, like any keyword I want to know, I would always, and if anything is mentioned about that word, or let's say, for instance, I even have my business set up. So if anybody ever say anything about my business, or write up anything out there in the cyber world, then I will get a notification. Any topics that are just that you want to really know about, like say for instance with my beauty school, the information and things that I'm working on, I got words like cosmetology, maybe cosmetology schools. I do beauty products. I do beauty industry. Those are words that I put in on my Google alerts. And so when they come up, and I don't get them just every time they come, I always say, just give them to me once a day. You can get them once a week. And then what it is, if you go through them, they email you the alerts, the notifications rather. And then you just take your time and then you go through them. I've learned so much information about my industry just by using this tactic with Google Alerts, and I've stayed up to date, and I've stayed on point in knowing of what I need to know just from using this information. So you got a lot of work to do when it comes down to getting your business together. But if you are one of the ones that I mean, I teach all of this when I'm helping you to build your businesses and grow your businesses. I really do. And we be in this thing together. And then if those that always work with me, that I end up doing it myself, and because they don't have the time to do it, they may be working around 9 to 5 and they want me to help them build their business. This is what I do to help them too as well. So these are all the things that I use, and I'm telling you, it works. I use this stuff, I'm telling you, all the time, all the time, every day, every day, every day, every day. Okay. So it works, and you have to, we'll get into it a little bit, down a couple of days. I want to talk about knowing your metrics, you knowing what's going on, what's doing good, what's not, what keeps going, what's not, keep do this, done, all of that. You need to look at your numbers and what people are saying and what they're responding to when you make a move in your business. Okay, that's basically what it's all about. Okay, now, and then, like I just said, monitoring. You need to monitor everything that you have. Monitor your social media, monitor whatever, anything that's coming on, knowing what's out there, looking at blogs, looking at what people are talking about, what content, looking at what press releases are coming up in your market, what's going on in the news, what's politics. All of this is a reflection on what, I don't care what you say. When you're becoming an entrepreneur, you're coming to a different world now. You're in a different world, and you should have different habits. None of this stuff is going to work for you if you don't get in and work it. And if you don't get with somebody that can help you do it, if you don't already know how to make it happen. Making money is an art, I say. People say a science is a science and an art. Okay. Making money in your business is definitely that. And if you let me recommend something to you. If you got this far, I hope a lot of you are listening to this part here. Get your resume. Get your resume and sit down and just look over your resume and look at the things. I know a lot of us, we want to operate in our gifts and our talents. Yeah, that's true enough too. But your resume alone qualifies you to a lot of the businesses that you want to do. Let me repeat that. Your resume and the skill set that you have qualifies you to a lot of the things that you want to do, and a lot of businesses that you want to embark on, because you've already shown and you've already proven that you can do it. Now, how you make it as a business, that's why you need somebody in your life like me, be a strategist Sandy. I help you get there. But in the event that you say, hey, I got this, then, keep on listening to this and keep on learning the things that's going to help you kind of like change things and put it into a business format for you. Okay. Now, also, like as much of your competitors' information or products and things if you can. So when they are doing things out here, you need to know what's going, because you may miss something. You may miss because you're new to the industry, or you may be new for whatever. You may miss something so vital that you may need to say, oh, okay, I need to be on top of this. It could be something that they're doing, just because it could be like every day of the month seem like, we have like a pancake day, or national eat ice cream day, all these kind of things, that it could be pertaining to your business or whatever, but you might have missed out on it. So things like that, promotional things that other businesses are doing, see what you can be creative with and go from there. I'm not telling you to copy anybody's anything, but knowing what's out here in the world. You don't need to be hiding behind a rock now. You can't hide behind a rock when you're an entrepreneur. You got to keep your head on the pulse, keep your eyes open and know what's going on. Keep your hand on the pulse, rather. Okay, now, And also making sure, I think I did say this, but making sure that you are knowing that what's going on in the latest news, in the, you ain't got to get yourself consumed with it, but at least know what's going on. So if any of it pertains to your business, you will be in the know of what's going on. So yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so I think that's it. I think that's going to be all for right now. And also, if you have any questions and if you need any services that I have for helping you getting your business up and running and even to making the money that you have, it is a art and a science to this thing. And you need somebody in your life. You need me in your life, especially when you want to strategize and get things done. I am the one to help you do it. So anyway, I hope that this information was good. This is something that, hey, I would have charged you for. This information here is going to, I know if you apply it and if you begin to apply it and begin to apply these steps that we're going to talk about this week, I guarantee you're going to make some money in your business. All righty. Whether you do business with me or not, just make sure that you are going to do some of these things that I told you to do. Okay. All righty. And I'll talk to you in the next video. All right. Bye bye. Take care.